Hello everybody and welcome to this video. And in this video I have here some pocket ring notebooks, and I have showed you this one in another video, so you can go there to check out all the contents. And this I call my pocket Solo D&D companion. And it's just a collection of tables and tools that I use to play solo D&D, and a video of me actually using it on a gameplay is coming, so you guys just wait. What I wanted to do here is show you this other one, which essentially was supposed to be the same thing as this one, but I have more tables in it, and the reason is this was the first one I made. So if I open here on a page, I have the same things that I have in here, but I have more. The thing is, I made this one first. I collected tables, I collected some tools for D&D, but then I lost this one for a while, and just recently I did a full cleanup in my room and I found it again. And then I can show you some of the extra things that I have in here, because once I lost this one, I couldn't find it anymore. I got this one and I kind of remade my tables and the stuff I had here. But of course, some of the things I didn't remember, I didn't have a record of, so they were kind of lost to time, but now I have them back. So we're going to look at those different ones that I have here. I'm going to skip the ones that I had already showed you on the previous videos. Let me just put this aside. And I just brought this one. It's not like anything RPG related, but I do love these pocket ring planners. This is my planner, my actual day-to-day planner. I just brought it to show to some people because they were asking me, where did I get this one? I showed you on a short video. It's a Brazilian company that made these ones, but I'm pretty sure you can find something very similar on any stationery shop around you. And there are the brand names like Filofax, which is this one that I have here. You can find KKK and what are the other names? Frankly Coving, or yeah, there are a lot of brands that make different sized binders. This is the pocket one, is one of the smaller. There is even a mini one that is smaller than this one. So you can look for a pocket ring planner or pocket ring notebook or pocket ring binder. A6 is a little bit bigger if you want something a little bit bigger. So that's how you find something like, these guys here. So let me come to this one because it's the subject of this video. This was almost like this one. It was a little bit thinner, but it was the same size. And it was the cheapest one I could get when I started getting interested in this type of notebook. And if I compare, you can see the ring size here versus the ring size on these two. These two are way bigger than this one. So yeah, I bought the cheapest one I could find just because I wanted the possibility of opening these rings and changing things and moving them from side to side. Let me take this character sheet here. By the way, link for this in the description. It's on my itch.io page. And if you haven't seen, it's a modular character sheet for D&D. So you can go check it out. Okay, so, and I got that. And this is not the original cover. The thing is, it was so cheap that after a few years, it lasts a little bit. It lasts a good amount of time. But after a few years, the cover started disintegrating, basically, because the design started falling off of the cover. The material was some type of synthetic fabric started to like disintegrating, and it was just ugly. So I removed the rings. I like ripped off the cover, and I put a cardboard covered with some felt, and I kind of made this new cover because the rings were still usable and I didn't want to throw them away. So I just, kind of reused it. And it doesn't like lay perfectly flat and all, but it works. So I started using it as my D&D pocket tools. So oracles we saw in the last one, the sea chart we saw in the last one, the iconic oracle we also saw. And we have here the details table. This one we did not see. And I remember in that video I was looking and being like, I'm pretty sure I had another one here, but I can't see it. It's because I was remembering this one and I didn't have it at the time. I thought I had lost it. But yeah, this is another details table that you first roll in this table to find out like what is like the number you're going to get, and then you go into the number, and there are like 500 words basically here that you can use. It starts at 0 and go to 499. And I have showed this one here that is a D100 table in other videos, but it's basically the same thing. You roll a D100. In this case, you roll a few D10s and a D100, and then you have like a lot more words to use as an oracle. So the same principle, just a different format, and you can vary what oracle you use because sometimes it's fun to get a different perspective, and you have used that oracle so much that you kind of start repeating words. But yeah, I have different types of oracles. That was another one. Another one that I have here is an event meanings table, and it has like not just words but some sentences, and it has things like attainment of goal, the founding of a fellowship, neglect of the environment, blight, the beginning of an enterprise which may harm others. So you have like more specific things. They are not too general, and it can be interesting for like some specific role that you make. And it's like 200 events, and these you can roll like similar to this one. It doesn't have a table, but you can roll like a d4 and you get like between these numbers, and then you roll a d100 and you can go and look on the table what it is. So just another oracle. I think I've showed this one, the learning proficiencies, on the other video. It's just a workflow for D&D for you to learn proficiencies, and I explained on that video that I use this because I like to play with the solo adventurer, the epic hero thing. So not a party, not many PCs, just one, maybe two. And since they are alone, I let them learn other things that might not have been possible in regular D&D, because like a wizard may not be able like to wield a sword or whatever. So I let my character go through a process of learning proficiencies, and there's like a mechanic here for it. So XP advancement table, we saw that. And since I play a lot with Lila and wizards, I love wizards and I love magic users, I have like the spell table. It's really small, but it's visible. So what happens in each level, how the proficiency grows, how many spell slots you get per level, and things of the sort, because that's good to reference. And since I made this binder when I was starting to learn and to play D&D, I put here some quick reference sheets like this one So I have like information on how to manage damage and healing, combat rounds, the type of actions. You can find these online, and I don't, oh yeah, I have like, no, I don't. But just look for quick reference D&D like cheat sheet, and you're going to find this. Probably go on Google Images and you're going to find this, and then you just by the image you get directed for the page with this PDF, because I honestly cannot remember who made this, and I don't have here like the reference, the name of the person or whatever. But yeah, there's like a little cheat sheet for D&D mechanics. I have a chart, a size chart for different types of races. So I kind of have a reference to go off when I'm in the narrative and I want to like interpret what could be the interaction between like my half-elf character and a firbolg or a Goliath, like they are super tall, and or a goblin that it's like super small, here a goblin or a kobold, and that helps me like understand the relationship with the height of each one. And more cheat sheets, this one is for like conditions, types of actions, bonus actions, and yeah, okay, here like environment effects, things that a DM has to like pay attention to because they will interfere in what the character does or what happens to the character. I don't think I had this one in the other one, so I'm going to go over that. Is like a visual chart for weapon attack. So what happens and like to hit, what do I have to do to hit? And I have here like the D20 plus a strength or dexterity, depending, on the character or the weapon. And then you have any proficiency bonus if you are proficient on that weapon. So it's kind of visual, so like what you have to roll and what you have to add. And there's one for magic attacks as well. So I kind of know how to proceed better because I like visual interpretation of things. They help me quickly understand what's going on. Again, survival dice, we talked in the other video. I have a little bit about death saving throws, which I don't remember if I had on the other one, but it's just the regular information of what happens if you have to make a death save and what each roll represents and what happens if you fail or not. And reference, again, kind of a cheat sheet on using each ability, like why would you make a strength check, why would you make a dexterity check. It kind of gave me information to learn this, because again, this was made when I was starting to learn D&D, and sometimes I got confused, like, oh, would this be an acrobatics or an athletics check, how do I know that? So I have like a little summary here within these 4 pages. A little alignment summary for me to understand how alignment works and like what would kind of be my character's behavior based on alignment or other characters based on alignment. This one, I love this one because it has a lot of quick cheat sheets that helped me a lot. And then we have like the exploration things that I showed in the other video, like the weather effects and stuff like that. My directions table compass. It's a compass, but it's a table that I roll in. And I have this weather flower. It's another way to define weather by using this method, this flower here. I can make another video about it, but it's basically rolling some dice and you stay on one point and you start moving based on the dice roll. Survival check we saw. Disturbance, exhaustion level also was there. Natural disaster, money and expenses for D&D. The table for conversion, they're very useful when you're getting like rewards and stuff. And then rental price and quality for whenever my character has to like rent a room or rent a horse or buy things. My merchant DC, I also talked about this in the other video. Item quality, also talked about this, so I'm not going to stay here for long. Buying and selling items, and the item generator, we saw a table for that to generate common, uncommon, rare, and legendary items. The loot claim I talked about, and I also showed quest generators, rumor generators, and stuff like that. And then we come here to the encounter/combat section of this notebook. The great thing about this one is that I had divided it very well, and when I lost and recreate this, I didn't make the divisions super clear. I just needed the material, so I'm so happy that I found it again. So encounter tables I showed to you, character generator, names and profession generator, attitude check. I talked about this, and I talk about my monster by levels, like balancing encounters and combats on the other video. So you can go check it out there. Animals and the monster tables. There are like 10 of those. Action AI, it's basically a table to interpret monster behavior during combat. And I have like more information here than I think I had on the other one. And then we come to this section here that has like letters. It's alphabetically divided, and it's just for extras that I also showed you on that video. Most of them, I think some of them. I have my wallet dungeons. This is like, it's supposed to be a business card size, but I printed in this size. So I have like those here as well. I may show you this other wallet in another video, but I just got some of these and printed here, but I confess I haven't been using it for D&D specifically. I used in other scenarios. A quick dungeon generator, and this one is a dungeon I want to play. It's the quintessential dungeon. It's a dungeon in one page by, where's the name of the guy that made it? I don't have it. I have like the creative license that he put here on the bottom, but that it doesn't have his name. Okay, but it is, if you look for the quintessential dungeon, you will find this image and information about it. It's just a nice collection of classic D&D monsters and places and like traps and all those stuff. It sounds really fun, and I want to do one of these, so it's here. Then I have my wallet monster, again, another pocket like RPG business card thing. Another reaction, like monster behavior in combat. I have this table here. It's another simpler form of doing it. The date night, I talked a little bit about it on the other video, so I'm going to just skip that. I also talked about the Tower Transcendent, so again, just the same thing. And that's it. This is just like for extra modules, things that can help me generate more dungeons or like create more things for my D&D. And I have some stickers here in the end on that pocket. So that's it. Those are the extras that I have in this planner. I'm so glad I found it. And I still don't know if I'm going to keep this one, which I probably will because it's more organized. And I'm going to repurpose this one for something else. Maybe more games or different system. I don't know. The only reason this one exists is because I had lost this one and didn't know where it was. But now I have it back, so I'm going to think, because I think it's easier to keep this one because it has a lot more things in it than to resize the inserts to put them here, because this one doesn't have all the things that are in here, and the page size is quite different from one to the other. So yeah, that was it for this video. Thank you for stopping by a little bit. to talk with me today. Leave down below if you have more tools that you didn't see here but you think are useful, and if you have questions and any general comments, I would love to hear from you. Leave the like on this video because that helps me a lot, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.